Today we're continuing our wine tour. Where are we going, Evan?
We're not going to go very far, and I think you're going to appreciate that. We're going to check out we're going to check out some of the nearby wineries right in our backyard. So let's go for a tour.
Let's go!
So we're standing right here at the vineyard of Kirigin, and to the left-hand side right here, they have multi-purpose use of the field, and we're just talking about how amazing the way they're keeping the field so nice and green throughout the year. All kind of events here. Today we have two events where they have the soccer game going on right now, and later today they have Gilroy Foundation that's happening here today. And what's nice about this is you guys look right over there. That is our property. And this is the front yard of our property. It's an amazing view. You can do all kind of corporate events here. Utilize this space for wedding, corporate events, and family gathering, or even soccer meetups. And you can stay at our property. Hi.
How's it going?
I'm Evan.
Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you guys.
I'm Regina.
All right, we're really excited. We just right here, our property just right behind you guys.
Perfect.
We've been wanting to taste wine.
Here,
Yeah.
sounds great. So this is our semi-sweet sparkling wine. We have two to choose from, dry, and this one is our semi-sweet.
All
All right, so we do.
Great. Cheers.
Cheers! Smells delicious.
Mm. Yeah, that's so
Very good.
Wow.
Wow.
So we have 55 acres plant property. About 28 of that is planted vines, and then we'll say 26 is harvested.
Right.
The others are essentially display for picnic areas, stuff like that. But we have about 26 that's harvested, and all the grapes are grown on site. The only one that's not is our blending Merlot and our Meunier, which is in the sparkling wines. Those are purchased from family friends of the owner. So not other vineyards, just local farmers, essentially.
Wow, that's awesome.
So what is your wine processing season like? Are we off the season now? I see that all the wine.
Yeah, so
Go
we're
for it.
about to finish harvest next week. Basically everything is pressed as soon as it's harvested. Then it goes into an initial fermentation process for about 3 to 6 days. After that, it would be transferred to its final vessel, either oak or stainless steel, depending on the varietal. And then from there, the winemaker decides how long the fermentation and aging process will be. We typically do 1 to 2 years before release.
Tell our audience, our follower, more about this winery, how they can, check out your wine, and is there a membership deal or anything like that?
Yeah, we have a 3-tier membership, so it's going to be silver, gold, and platinum. Silver, automatically 30% off of anything that you purchase, and gold is going to be 50% off everything that you purchase, as well as platinum. Platinum will also be 50%, but the main difference between them is your quarterly pickups or shipments. Silver is going to be 3 bottles, gold is going to be 6 bottles, and platinum will be a full case every quarter. And the next quarter coming up is going to be beginning of December.
What's the most popular one?
So people usually get gold because 6 bottles is enough,
Yeah.
for the pickups, and you still get that higher end percentage.
There you go. Austin, he recommend gold.
Right.
Is there a proper way to swirl the wine?
So typically there's a misconception about how some people say that you have to swirl the wine like this. If you do that, it actually makes the aromas leave the glass. So typically you would do a half rotation, kind of coat the inside of the glass, and then smell it there, because most of the flavor and aromas will stay in the glass that way, and then you would sip after that.
Are you coating the glass to see the legs?
And then that's another reason too. Basically staining to see if the inside of the glass remains red or if it stays clear. Typically fuller bodied wines and higher percentage alcohol wines will coat the inside of the glass, like I said, referred to as staining. Then also the thinner legs, less alcohol, larger legs, more alcohol. So it's not necessary to enjoying the wine, but definitely lends to what you're expecting before you taste the wine.
Absolutely. What's the importance of the vintage?
So it depends on what the context is, but typically the vintage states either a good year or a bad year. So some people say, oh, you know, this area of California, for example, 2018 was a really good year because the weather was really good. You had more daylight, essentially less clouds, for example, so more time for the grapes to grow properly. So there's certain years based off of weather that did better than other years. And then of course you take into the account all the fires that have been happening the last handful of years. There's certain years where more smoke exposure happened, so you would get essentially a different tasting grape or potentially different tasting wine. So some people would value certain years over others because some years had better weather and better production compared to other years. Some wineries will produce a blend so that no matter what, it tastes the same every year.
Right.
So that's why there's no vintage on them. For example, our estate red doesn't have a year on it because it's blended to be the same every year, so we don't put a vintage on it.
Got you.
Because the whole point is it's the same every year, and
that's smart,
usually
yeah.
you would drink this sooner rather than later,
Right.
because it's not going to gain anything from additional aging. It's just blended to be a specific way. And then, for example, our Pinot Noir does have a vintage 2020 because it's a specific single grape wine.
Got you. All right, guys, so you see it. There's a lot of wine knowledge here at Kirigin. It happens to be right in front yard of Tuscany Escape. So make sure you drop in, talk to Austin, become a Go member, and check out this. Go Power.
Right.
And check out the vineyard. Okay, cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you, Austin.
Yeah, of
Thank you
course,
so
sir.
much.